Alright guys, here we go tonight. Gonna be casting another game for Tactic Hive Beta Cup. Give a little shout out here, we have a co-caster.
Alrighty.
So much fun, no? Alright, so we got Kodako versus FNF. Going straight in on the bands. We got Fear No Foe versus Kodokira. Fear No Foe starts off banning the Invoker. Kodo goes straight into a Viper ban. Seems to be a fairly...
Make sure you got your in-game mic on if you're talking in-game. Invoker, Viper, and Timbersaw are going to be our first bans here. Invoker are pretty popular ones so far to be banned out. Viper has also been played quite a bit in this tournament, so... And Ancient Apparition, very strong tri-laner. Probably going to see that with maybe Mirana. I saw a very strong Ancient Apparition Mirana Shadow Demon lane a couple games ago. Very strong.
Yeah,
Bristleback, Crystal Maiden. Not a bad lane to go together, or Bristleback can always solo. Probably a better position for him to get those levels.
Ten seconds remaining.
Well,
Seconds remaining.
I love AA. He's an excellent overall cast or
Reserve time.
global ulti. And Bristleback, I mean, come on, it's Bristleback. Talk about tank of the tanks. He can just take a beating and just keep on swinging. Crystal Maiden, ultimate support. She's been a support so long that people don't know how to play her not as a support. So, you've got pretty good lineup here. The bans, banned out Timbersaw, banned out the OD. They don't want any shutdowns. They don't want any just all over the map movements. So they really just want to control it every time they turn around.
Naga Siren.
Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
So going straight into the next. Oh, well, they pick up Naga Siren yet again. Another good support. She's got a lot of versatility. That net just does so much trouble. And the Song of Siren is just like a total shutdown of any team fight they want to bring out to the battlefield. Banning out the Visage, banning out the Nyx, banning out the Tidehunter. These are all major team fight players. I mean, with the exception of Nyx, but Nyx does a lot of good damage all the way around. So, I mean, he's able to get in there and pick off anyone that's even squishy and shut them down before the team fight. That Vendetta just, oh, it's so evil.
Remaining.
I love Venomancer. Yet again, one of my favorite heroes. He has so much versatility. He can rotate from a solo laner to support to a semi-carry. I mean, it's really based upon what he's needed to be is where he can be used. I've even seen some very good mid lane done with Venomancer. So I'm really enjoying the versatility this hero is getting lately. It's not that I didn't have it before. It just, you know, a couple of buffs were needed to really become viable in some
10
situations.
seconds remaining.
But, you know, banning out Jakiro,
5 seconds.
that ice patch just really drives people nuts. I've heard so many people go, oh my god, right in the middle of a team fight, ice path, bam, macro pyre. Just, I mean, it does so much great help in controlling the team fight and just handling it. You throw those down in the middle of the fight, and you're going to be at least talking out one or two just because of Jakiro. So, now we got the Dire. They're trying to figure out which way they want to go with this. And they haven't really quite figured out which way. You've got a lot of situations here. Bristleback's the mega tank. They've got to figure out how they want to deal with him. I personally prefer Disabler. Nature's Prophet's not a bad choice. He can always come in there and toss out the Sprout to slow it down. But that's really going to have to be how that one's done.
If they are looking to a tri-lane with the Naga and Ancient Apparition, Nature's Prophet can always off-lane as well. Works pretty well against the Bounty.
Oh yeah, well, Bounty's a very slippery one. But, I mean,
well, yeah, I'm not saying that he's going to get any kills, but he should be able to farm.
Oh yeah, fairly easily, especially... But you see, the problem is I'm trying to figure out what they're going to do with the Bristleback. Now, I mean, they've got at least 2 off-laners, possibly 3 here that they could run, so... Would it be too odd to see a Bounty Hunter mid?
I think it's going to be a tri-lane between Bristleback, Crystal Maiden, and Benno. It's pretty strong. I've seen it done. It doesn't have for sure stuns. That's one of the big problems with it, but it does have enough slow and enough damage over time to actually get kills.
Well, the Crystal Maiden should always drop down her Frostbite, and that'll help hold it a little bit, but Bristleback, once he hits level 6, is just so hard to kill.
Oh yeah, the snowball is pretty crazy once he hits level 6.
Razor's a very nice choice to stop that, though. I like the Razor pick, I really do.
Yep, definitely gets a lot of damage out there, takes a bit away. Once those stacks coming out on Bristleback, he starts to hit pretty hard, even with right click.
10 seconds remaining.
Okay, so, I mean, looking at the layouts right now, I could see a Bristleback, Venomancer, Crystal Maiden on a tri-lane, Bounty Hunter on a solo. What would you expect them to pick up looking at this for a mid?
They got rid of a couple good mids. The Nyx, helping them get pick off. As far as going up against a Razor, it's hard to say.
Yeah, Razor's a very hard
really
mid to
mid.
go up against.
Yeah. Like, could see a Quap if they want to go a little bit more team fight. And give them a little bit of jump.
Well, they need a little bit of mobility right now. I mean,
yeah.
Crystal Maiden and Venomancer are not the fastest heroes on the map. Bristleback and Bounty Hunter are going to be able to move around, but somebody's going to have to be able to move with them.
Remaining.
I'd maybe see a Lena.
Radiant team pick.
Zeus isn't a bad choice.
Dire team pick.
No, but it is pretty squishy if Razor gets the edge in lane.
Yeah, and that's kind of my worry there. It's... I mean, he'll do. Yet again, it always goes back down to how well the players play them.
Yeah. It'll help if Bounty gets a lot of farm. He can help get pickoffs with his ultimate. Find him in there. Anybody swishy. But I mean, besides Ancient Apparition, everybody else can escape.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, for the most part, they're able to escape.
Reserve time.
So they have to really rely on that just serious damage output.
5 seconds remaining.
Ooh, I like the Weaver. That's a good choice.
Mm-hmm. Gives them a lot of, especially with these squishier heroes on Kotko.
Yeah, I think Kato's going to have to be very careful on just any time they move around on the map. If they don't have good ward locations, they're going to have a hard time stopping the Weaver. And Nature's Prophet can pop in for any gank they want.
Oh yeah, that's one of the big problems with them. Makes it really hard to play against because it can always be 4 really quickly if they're running a tri-lane.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know, that Bristleback, if he goes unchecked, can get pretty nasty. So we're going to kind of see how this is going to go. I mean, I've seen so many games where Bristleback literally gets to the point where they just cannot kill him. Especially
early, like he snowballs just so quickly. That's why I like him in the off lane, because you get that level 6 really quickly and you can just run around and dominate.
Alright, so they're starting out on the Dire side. We've got Exiled on the Razor. out on the Naga Siren, box on Weaver, 419 on the Ancient Apparition, and Tokyo Ravers on the Fungal Lord, Nature's Prophet.
Do have a couple of smokes picked up early. Not looking like they're going to use them right away.
But they are in a good position to use them. I mean, we've got 4 sitting here. Very aggressive.
Seconds to battle.
So, on the Radiant side, we have Shavo on the Crystal Maiden, Icarus on the Venomancer. Going over here to the Bristleback, we have Kangaroo Killer, Banana Power on the Zeus, and Nightmare on the Bounty Hunter. And yes, I always check the couriers.
Yeah, I do too. It's a habit.
Tells you how long people have been playing when they have some really cool couriers, right?
I've got the Azumir one, the dragon on the Radiant.
Yes, I have that one.
I like it a lot.
And I have the dragon on the other side too, so don't feel bad.
I actually have them both too, but I like Azumir better.
I actually love the fact that I can now shuffle them. It really allows for a lot of evil.
Yeah, I've got so many now, it's getting a little insane. That shuffle is definitely really helpful.
Alright, so looking at the mid-game fight here, we've got a Zeus versus a Razor, and if Razor gets that static link off for any good period of time, that Zeus is going to die in like 2 shots.
Yeah, really quickly. And it did go link right off the bat too.
Now, big thing to notice here, we've had the Fungal Lord just kind of hang out in the bushes for a while. Not sure how he wanted to do this. I think he just wanted to try to make sure they weren't warding up their jungle so they couldn't stop the pull lane, which, there they go, they do that now. How do you feel about them doing it after the first pull?
That's not bad. I mean, it'd be a better idea to try and stop the pull, but with all the slow that they have, they can actually get a kill off it if the heroes are pushed up too far.
Yeah, I mean, they all went for their slows to start. Crystal Maiden didn't even pick up her Frostbite to start, which is more common when you're planning on ganking. So it's more just harassment is all that the supports are set up for doing right now.
Yeah, but right now she doesn't have any mana and no regen at the moment.
But Sentry Ward is already down in the bottom lane here to stop Bounty Hunter from getting his free experience for just wandering around while shadow walking. And they know he's there. That's great. The Razor's going to go ahead and do his poking. Just kind of sitting around waiting. There goes Static Link on him immediately. I like how he goes straight into the Unstable Current because he wants to make sure every time Zeus casts on him, it's going to hurt him.
These 3 up top getting pretty aggressive.
I think they want to get in position. Naga Siren's got her net ready, though. She wants to ensnare anybody that gets too close. Oh, I'm surprised she didn't jump on that Crystal Maiden right there. I think they might have been just waiting on that creep wave. Bounty Hunter's just literally walking back and forth across the bottom here, trying to get as much experience as he can.
Yeah, he's pretty much trapped right now. That sentry's got him blocked. Can't leave without being seen.
A very good location for it. It pretty much controls everywhere, and they're doing a good job of keeping the creep wave right there in that sentry.
Yeah, pulled back, yeah.
Wish I could say the same about the top lane.
Yeah, pulled the whole time. No stacking going on at the Ancients, which is surprising. Or not the Ancients, at the hard camp right beside the lane.
Yeah, I personally would like to see it, if not even a stack, just a simple pull over to this hard camp would be really nice to kind of force
both
the
of them
lane
can
back.
jungle pretty well. Between Crystal Maiden and Veno, they do have enough to do camps pretty quickly.
And even if they're not doing it quickly, they can at least do them just to get the lane back out from underneath the tower. Because Bristleback's not
And
even
it
getting
gives
the farm he needs.
Yeah, and he'll get levels too if they leave him. If just to go far away, he'll get a little bit of solo experience, and that's what he really needs.
The only thing they have to do is make sure he doesn't get caught by the ensnare. Oh, Razor's got invisibility and is coming up the top. I see a ping go out. They're looking about it. They're thinking about who they're going to pick off now. Razor's in a good position, just trying to find the right person. Goes right on the Bristleback. They're going to lock him down and just try to pick him off now.
First blood!
Very good
Nice.
positioning. Definitely able to get that kill easy, and gonna make it 2.
Oh yeah, well he got a good static link off on that Bristleback, and that really just allowed him to pick off the support right after it.
Yep, a lot of damage.
So it's really important to be careful when you're picking those fights, especially against Razor. You don't want to sit on that static link for any period of time, because it doesn't only make it to where you lose, but it also gets you in a situation where it helps him kill others on your team.
Yeah, especially since it's just a Crystal Maiden and a Veno. Both of them not very much health off the start. Not very much move speed. Easy to catch up to.
Oh yeah. I was telling a guy the other day, you ever want to learn how to juke? Just play Crystal Maiden about 30 games in a row. That horrible move speed to start off, you have no option but practice your juking.
And your positioning in a fight. It's really important, especially if you get an early ultimate, early point into it. Gotta be in just the right spot.
Yeah, because otherwise you die in like 2 shots. And you're just like, oh.
The second you press it, everyone's gunning right for you.
Pretty much. Now, Bounty Hunter on the bottom, he's still trying his best, but last hits are really going in the way of Weaver. He's pretty much had unstopped farm the entire time, and he picks up a Hand of Midas to just help his farm.
Just to get him that much of a lead.
Double damage.
They're going to have to be very careful with that.
Yeah, they're really going to need to do something about this, but since they're going to have sentries in lane, it's going to be hard to smoke them.
No, they should be fine if they wanted to smoke. The problem is they still have to swing in from the backside. They have to catch Weaver. And let's be honest, that's the slippiest guy in the game to catch, especially early game. And once he hits level 6, it's almost moot to even try at some points. Because if you don't kill him, he just time flaps.
Especially with no lockdown on their side either. Like really,
No,
it's just
Frostbite's
Crystal Maiden
their
that has
biggest
something to
thing.
hold her. Yeah.
Lightning Bolt's pretty good though. A good thing with Zeus, a lot of people don't realize, is his lightning
Shows
kind of gives
invisible.
off. Yeah, it shows off some of the invisible. So some of your newer guys, they find that out and they're like, "Oh, that's the coolest thing ever!" And it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's why you pick Zeus against like invis heroes.
Yeah, it's good. You ult, you won't do any damage to an invis hero, but you will spot him out.
Yeah. Well, not only ult, but even his arc lightning will show off.
Yeah, that's what
the
you're
invis
talking
hero.
about. Yeah.
And that's where
It's good
like,
for
my-
getting a couple ward spots too. I mean, I've had a couple times where you're fighting in the river, and you'll see a ward up on the cliff.
Yep. Razor's coming up top again, thinking about who he wants to pick off. Not even worrying about anything other than just getting his static link off. Yet again, nothing to stop the static link. And there you go, Bristleback's
Almost
just going to
enough to bring
stand
down the
there.
Crystal Maiden.
Yeah, almost.
Killing spree!
Just 2 shots right there.
The Veno.
I mean, it's just, cannot let
One
him
more
have
hit
that
on that
kind of-
Razor, and they would have got him. And Bristleback's gonna go for it. And he's gonna
He
catch
does
him.
pick it off though. I think Razor was thinking about trying to TP out, just knew he didn't have time to do it, so didn't even waste it.
Yeah, his TP is still on cooldown.
Big thing to notice though, we've already had a lot of Midas pickups. We've got both one on the Weaver and one on the Bristleback.
Dire's middle tower is under
I'm
attack.
surprised Bounty lived there. 3 went on him. Just getting away from Scoochie.
Well, he's doing a very good job of playing it safe. I will give it. He is doing the offlane very well. I mean, he's already level 7, and considering he hasn't been able to pretty much do anything for a long time because of that Sentry Ward, it's not bad. He's just staying just on the edge of the experience line.
The fact that he hasn't died is impressive. One more hit for the Zeus. Gonna salve up. Might be enough to save him.
Just barely.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Good pathing. Good
Oh,
pathing.
yeah. That was definitely paying attention because Razor was definitely thinking he went back behind the tower.
Yeah.
You know what they say, it's those split decisions. It's good to
Left
see
or
they're
right?
finally going over here and farming that heavy camp.
Yeah.
Letting the Bristle get as much as he can. It's going to start letting him catch up to the Weaver. The Weaver's got a fairly good lead on him on last hits. But net worth, they're not separated by much. And then
Well, that Midas is gonna bring that Weaver farther ahead later, though.
Bristleback has the Midas too, though. And that's what's going to really make the difference for him. I mean, it's literally a Midas war right now when it comes to that.
Regeneration.
Yeah, but they do have track on Bristleback's side, so a little bit extra gold coming if they can get it off.
They might even be thinking about it on Razor here. Be nice. I don't think they can do it. Oh, well, no, Zeus has his ult
I think
up.
they've got the burst, but he's got to watch not to give it away. Like, he got a little aggressive there. Maybe spooked him a little bit because Bounty Hunter hasn't been in lane for a while. Not, not that they can see him anyway.
There goes.
Good 2D
Chances
reaction.
up, but they've got to get in there.
Gonna be enough to kill the Zeus
Kill.
and the Bounty.
Yeah, Frostbite coming in there. Ult on it. Just not enough to really take
Radiant's
him
bottom
out.
tower is under attack.
My thanks.
Good reaction time on FNN though. TPing in, getting the Ancient Apparition ulti off, because it does take a while to travel all the way to mid.
Yeah, I find a lot of people don't react very well with it, and that's the reason they miss some of the greatest shots with it.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Yeah,
under
they think that
attack.
it's just right there, but it's got to go there, and then you have to launch it.
Radiant's
Once you launch it, it doesn't take
structures
any time at all, but you got to get it
Radiant's
there
bottom
first of all,
tower is under attack.
where you want it to be.
Crystal Maiden and Bounty Hunter are looking over here at the Weaver. They're trying to protect this tower.
Radiant's
Weaver still gets the
Not
pick
even gonna
off.
get the deny.
They've got the track on him, but there goes the time lapse. Drop another track on him. They're trying to take him out, but Crystal Maiden almost gets taken out just by Weaver.
Weaver might be able to turn this around on him actually, but he's just gonna run away.
Yeah, he's just not going to risk it. Too much of a chance. The track being there is just going to really slow him down. Meanwhile, Razor's sitting here behind the Zeus. Wants to take him out again. Comes in, static links, ults on him. Zeus can't get in a position to get out of there.
Brutality. Ah, burnt flesh.
Bounty
You
Hunter
got
looks
a
like
Bounty
he's
in the
going to
game,
try
you
to
should
get
really
the
have a
backup.
sentry mid.
tower is under attack.
Really need to have a sentry mid when you're playing against a Bounty Hunter. Always, at one point or another, he's gonna come mid.
Oh yeah, favorite spot to go. Crystal Maiden coming in. She's trying to slow down, do a little harassment. Venomancer's just kind of warding it out, making sure he's everything going safely. But they know that Razor's there. They've got him tracked.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Zeus ults get somebody. I hate those random ults.
Yeah, I think it's pretty annoying. When you're playing a support, you really want to try to carry around a salve with you just so you can have enough regen. Because when you're playing like an Ancient Apparition, it does a lot of damage for you, and if it's just a random ult, You don't have time just to go back to base whenever you feel like it.
Nope. So yeah, that's actually one of the first things someone told me when I was dealing with Zeus is make sure you carry yourself at all times.
Yeah, or the Tranquils now are a pretty good thing to carry around if you're playing a support that you can actually pick it up on.
Oh yeah, Tranquil boots are very nice. Especially if you're a full ability hero.
See, no Weaver.
Now Zeus is up here on top lane. He's trying to figure out what he wants to do. But you've got Razor and all his friends coming to visit, and they have no backup.
Tower is under attack.
Everybody but the Weaver.
They're still enjoying as much farm as he can get. Zeus is just dumping out Arc Lightning back to back to back, trying to keep the damage out. Unable to save that tower, and now he's got to deal with Razor's diving on him again.
Yeah, he's got drums popped, so he's gonna be fast.
I'm your god too.
Crystal Maiden gets in there,
They're gonna be able
they
to
get a
hold him
track.
off, yeah, with the track.
About time that combo worked. If it wasn't that Razor used up everything, including his what is the static field, he was. It wouldn't have been as easy.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, since he was so fast, the bounty couldn't keep up with him to try and get him either. Try and stop him under tower. He got pretty far, looped all the way around the tower. Weaver's gonna get that mid tower as well, get a little bit more gold coming their way.
That's 2 towers for the Weaver. He's really doing a good job of making sure he's keeping a consistent amount of gold coming in. I mean, if you look at the graphs, it's just insanely going in the way of the Dire.
Yeah, 2
Now-
minuses and 3 towers on them.
Well, they have 2. Oh my goodness. I didn't realize
Yeah,
they'd
Nature's
already
probably
picked up a
picked one up
second
too.
one. Yeah, that's really going to help them keep carrying out of control here shortly. Now, good thing is the later the game goes, the more farm that Bristleback is going to get, the better that Bounty Hunter is going to be. The problem is, Razor's just as good as them every time, and so is Weaver. So they really can't rely on the late game to carry them through at this point.
No, they definitely are starting to lose this mid game. Going into the mid game anyway, they've lost early. Losing 3 towers. They've got an Nature's Prophet, so they can play Rat Dota if they really want to. They're going to need to make something happen soon.
Now they realize the Weaver's over there, but I don't think they can really do anything to stop him.
No consistent lockdown is really hard to deal with them.
I mean, I think they're really relying on the track to do all the lockdown for them, so they can
just to keep
verify
track of
where he
them.
is. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, they need to push out some damage, and they really can't. Look at that. Both Midases on the bottom lane, they just walk away.
Now, I'm not sure if the Bristleback's going to get Sage, and you're not sure if he's going to go for a Hailbird for the Weaver.
I've seen on good and bad talk about the Sagan Yasha lately. So, I mean, it's a useful, it has a great slow, it's a good main, you know. But the Halberd's pretty good too if you're dealing with a lot of right click. And with both the Nature's Prophet and the Weaver, it may be better to go Halberd if it feels he can get away with it safely.
Even Razor, like he's putting out a lot of damage if he gets a static link off. Hailbird would be good to just kind of shut him down for a minute.
Oh, Crystal Maiden's dead. They paused as soon
Yeah,
as
not
she
much they can do
disconnected,
about it.
But there's still, I don't think. Yet again, no stuns, nothing to stop that static link.
Yeah,
I mean-
Nature's Prophet's also coming in right on the Veno.
Oh wow. Or Veno, you're dead too.
Yeah, he's only level 6 too, so he's very underleveled. Like, Razor's got 6 levels on Veno alone.
Yeah, I mean, but there is buyback on 3 out of the Radiant, and only 1 of the Dire has buyback, and that's Nature's Prophet. So if they have to make a buyback, it's not impossible for them. But the problem is they're just losing out in last hits, they're losing out in net worth, they're losing out in kills. They really have to get in position to get what they need done here. And I think a lot of it's going to be centered around Crystal Maiden, Venomancer, and Bounty Hunter going on the hunt. With the full idea that Bounty Hunter is putting out all the damage.
Yeah, they definitely go and catch up a little bit in gold.
I'd
Right now,
like
they're
to see
losing
them
pretty
time
badly.
it with the Zeus ult. That way they
Yeah,
know
well-
they have enough burst damage coming out. Between all that, they should be able to take out just about anybody on that team. But the problem is they have to get in the position to do it. And unfortunately, with the push coming out of both sides of the Dire here, they've got a great push lineup. I mean, come on. Nature's Prophet's already got a Necronomicon. And he's looking to
Yeah,
build.
almost level 2.
Yeah, so once he gets that, the push coming out of him is going to be insane.
I wouldn't doubt it if once Weaver gets that Lincoln's up, if he goes straight into Deso.
Yep. And you also got the push coming out of Naga Siren. Even though, yes, she's only playing support right now, once Weaver starts getting enough money, once Nature Prophet starts really starting to take off, she'll be able to start moving towards a Radiance or something, and the push coming out of that side will be just so much that the Radiant's going to spend their entire time just defending the push.
That's pretty much what they're doing right now, is just trying to keep their towers up. I mean, they're pretty far up in this bottom lane right now because they're looking to push, but like mid lane is right down. Weaver's attacking their tier 2. They've got a lot to deal with right now.
Yeah, and the sad part is you got 3 low health heroes all in the bottom lane with Razor already has a static link on. And Nature's Prophet
Bristleback should
TPing
be
in.
the only one that walks away from this.
That could still be questionable. I mean,
Like,
he
if he just
can.
TPs out right away, or if he just goes around the trees a little bit, I think he should be able to get out and just TPs out right away, but
It's questionable.
know.
I mean, it's really based upon, pathing, things like that.
yeah.
Because also you got to remember, you still have Sprout capable as soon as Nature's Prophet finishes TPing in. So
I
he
think
can
he's
come
gonna
in,
use it
drop the
immediately on
Sprout,
demo, but
and pick off somebody. And they can just come
I
back
think
to
Nature's
whoever they
Prophet's gonna come
sprouted.
in, kill that Veno, 2 shots on the Crystal Maiden will be enough, and then they'll just turn their attention to Bristleback.
Yeah, quite possible. You know what's really sad is Crystal Maiden, even if she turns around and frostbites, she'll almost kill herself because of the passive of Unstable Current.
Even if she does nothing, she's just gonna die in 2 shots. Razor's hitting for 120 right now.
Yeah, and that's not even counting what he's going to get from the stack as soon as it gets the next tick.
Yeah.
So, it's definitely a dangerous situation. Personally, I'd like to see them go straight after Bristleback instead of even just ignore
Yeah, just
Crystal
try to get
Maiden.
the carry, more important than the supports.
Just leave her connected for the static link so you can suck every bit of damage out of her. Because, I mean, you look at it, Bristleback's only got 540 right now. That's what? 5 shots?
The big thing is he doesn't have an escape. That's the worst thing about.
Yeah, I
his
mean,
position
5
is
shots and he can
can't
be in
get
a
away.
bad situation.
Yeah, if Nature's Prophet doesn't sprout the Veno right away and gets the sprout on the Bristleback, he can't get out of it at this point. He doesn't have a Quelling Blade, doesn't have any tangos.
The only thing you can hope for is TP out in time.
Yeah.
And as long as that static link is up on the Razor, he's only going to keep hitting Harden. So you're talking 4 or 5 hits and the static link staying active, and that Bristleback's down.
And if Nature's Prophet also tries to focus him, I think he'll die before he can TP out if he does it right away.
Yeah. And with that said, I mean, you've got Bounty Hunter back here in base. Nothing he can do. TP is down. He's not coming in.
And even if the TP is too far away to actually do anything, the tower
Yeah.
is all the way back at tier 2.
Zeus ult is down. No backups there. So it's really a situation where they're in a bad spot and they need to run away, and they're going to lose 2, possibly 3, depending upon how the fight goes.
Now, depending on who they do lose, they'll lose this mid tower as well.
Oh yeah, even if they don't. No, I think they're going to lose the mid tower regardless. The only one that's even capable of defending right now is Zeus. And
Bounty Hunter's got a bottle, so he can regen pretty quick.
Yeah,
so
he'll
he should
regen
be able to
quick,
get there relatively soon.
But he has to walk back out.
Yeah, he doesn't have a TP, so he does have to walk.
His TP's down, and Shadow Walk is 11 seconds out. So he's got no fast way to get there. So if they don't take it, they will do enough damage to it to where all it takes is one more good push on it and it's down. Oh man, Venomancer's only got 113 experience per minute right now. Not that that's surprising.
No, that's why I think they should have maybe even put that tri-lane in the safe lane, just so that him and Crystal Maiden can go out and farm, since they are capable of doing the jungle off the start.
Yeah, I think it would have really helped their game right now, because if they had a few more levels in those two, damage would not be a problem.
I mean, Venom still only has level 1 Gale, so it's not even doing damage over time at this point.
Yeah. Of course, I do like him going in the wards like he is. You want the wards not to be one shot. You're using them for scouting more than anything else in a support role. And then later on, you're using them to farm the camps. Same thing as Nature's Prophet does with treants. Problem is, he needs his levels. He needs his ult. Poison Nova is so damaging in any fight. And it's not the worst cooldown in the world, so pop it out.
Yeah, it's a long cooldown, but it's not too bad. Bristleback is going to be in the trees.
Trying to escape, and he
Bristleback
makes
is going
it.
to get out. I think Venom should have just ran there. He tried to stick around and get the Nature's Prophet, but he just doesn't have the damage. Oh,
No, he
and he's going to
doesn't.
get denied too.
Oh, wow.
I don't think he was expecting to kill him in one shot.
He should have. Racer had that static link for quite a while.
Nature's Prophet was able to get his Necro off before
Yeah.
he died, though, so...
And that does give a few bonuses to the fight, and it really helps him out there. Razor's coming around the side here. Pops his ult. Drops a smoke. No escape for the Bounty Hunter. And here's Venomancer picking the fight he shouldn't be picking again.
He's going to try and deny himself. He is going to get it.
It's like you shouldn't have picked that fight.
Yeah. Sometimes when you play a hero and you do really well and you go into a game where you're doing really bad, sometimes you just catch yourself playing a little too aggressive.
Oh. And
GG.
we got GG's. I got a feeling that was Crystal Maiden was unable to be retrieved. Power loss, apparently. So they did what they had to and just called it short. No reason to slow down anybody. I like to see the Razor comes out with no items at the end. Really important to watch there.
Yeah. Sold everything.
So there you go, guys. Another game. Give us a little bit. We'll get y'all set up. Get ready for the next one.
Yep.